Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be doing a brown set of nails, which is super unusual for me. It's not often that I pick up browns or any colours that are not pink, blue or purple most of the time. So this one is especially out of my norm. Here I was showing you guys that my Semilac bottle is broken, and it's been broken for a while, but luckily it broke in a way that I can still kind of keep it. And unfortunately the colours I'm using today are one of my only browns I really have in my collection. Just like I mentioned, browns are just not usually my colours. Same with like greens and oranges. I find that I have those the least. Probably a lot of people have these the least. I have a lot of pinks, reds, blues, purples, but yeah, other than that, all the other colours seem to just kind of disappear in my collection. But I love when I'm able to sometimes dig into colours I don't usually use. I love doing that, and today's one of those sets. So we've got a brown kind of Christmassy set today. We're going to do some sweater nails, we're going to do some snowflakes, we're going to do a little bit of glitter, just of course a full sugar nail, why not? And then we're going to whack on some crystals and we'll have our Christmas nail design all finished up. So I'm starting off with my glitter bells. Can't remember the name now, I missed it, it was at the beginning, but it's kind of this very light browny shade, almost kind of maybe could fall under a nude kind of shade. And then I'm picking up my Semilac colour, which is the more chocolatey brown kind of colour. So I've done one layer here, there we go, we've got two here, but they're not cured just yet because we're going to sprinkle on some glitter. So the glitter I picked out today, I don't have any brown glitters, however I found this one. It's almost kind of gold-like, almost maybe like a rose gold kind of colour, but I just felt like it was kind of the closest I could get to the brown I had. And actually I feel like it kind of fitted in quite nicely, especially as later we'll use a glitter Bells Unbelievable gel, which is also this kind of rose gold glittery gel polish, so that kind of fitted in nicely. So now that that is cured, I'm going to grab my nail art brush, I'm going to dip into that dark brown, and I'm going to kind of do like a slanted little line going on, starting off from the top left hand side, dragging it down to the bottom right hand side, and then I'm going to colour in one of those sides. So you can pick, you can colour in the top, you can colour in the bottom. For this one I'm doing the bottom, and then I'm going to repeat this exact kind of line on the other nail, but I'm going to colour in the top. So where we put in the darker brown is where we're going to do our sweater nail in a moment. So you will do two layers. I will kind of just show you guys one, then I'm going to do the second one off camera. And then we'll be able to top coat these, because when you do sweater nails, you want to do it on a matte top coat preferably, or a glossy. I mean, glossy could be fine too, but you want it to be non-sticky, so otherwise you're going to end up getting clear acrylic all over your nails, stuck, and it's just going to become a big mess, and most likely you might even ruin your design, and it's just going to be a big mess. So I'm just going to finish up colouring that in, pop it into lamp, I'll do the second layer, and then we can crack on with some other nails. So today's Christmas design is super easy. There's literally, yeah, super easy. Everything's pretty much hand done. The only issue that you guys might have is maybe the crystal placement, but when it comes to crystal placement, I feel like if you want to create any Christmassy kind of nail placement design will do. I've decided to go for a simplistic nail placement today. We're just going to do a little necklace that it looks like you've got a little snowflake hanging out of. So that's the placement we're doing later on. So now that I've cured everything, I'm going in with my matte top coat, which is from Venelisa. I'm just going to whack it on all of those nails. I'm going to cure it, and then we can crack on with our sweater nail, which I think is what we're going to do first, but I'm not too sure. I will have as many links as I possibly can in the description. Definitely the matte top coat, the rhinestone glue gel, and whatever else I managed to grab my hands on in the links down below. So I'm just going to whack on some matte top coat. Oh yeah, and with the giveaway, I decided to extend it till the next weekend, so the weekend coming when you're seeing this, because I thought I kind of just kind of randomly threw out a week's notice basically for everyone to enter, and then I thought not everyone, you know, uses YouTube as often or ever, or you know, some new people might want to join later, so I thought I'll kind of extend it to a 2 weeks kind of giveaway. So that will be announced next week. So I'm sorry, I'm not very good at YouTube when it comes to using their resources. So I'm not very good at, I don't really know how to do a short as much. I would have to like YouTube it and stuff, so I'm sorry for being a bit radio silent here. So now that we're cured the matte top coat, it's time for the sweater nail. So what I'm doing is I'm going to outline the kind of where the two colors meet first, and then I'm going to do 2 lines going down the nail, which is going to kind of separate where you want to do your sweater nail kind of patterns. So in the center, I'm going to do these kind of zigzaggy lines, and then on the sides, I'm going to do these kind of slanted lines. So they're almost like dotty lines, but not really. You'll see that in a second. So once you're happy with your design, you can sprinkle on some clear acrylic, and you want to keep sprinkling the clear acrylic until you are happy with it, until you can see that the gel polish is no longer kind of soaking it in and it's not shiny. So once you've seen that, pop it into the lamp. I like to kind of double cure mine, just because I feel like there's quite a lot of product. So you've got the wet gel polish, then you're sprinkling acrylic, and it just makes me feel better when I double cure it, so that's what I always do. And then once it comes out of the lamp, you want to use a nail art brush, or any brush really that works, and just kind of brush off any excess that you don't want there. And that also, doing that will kind of help you see the actual sweater nail a bit better, because sometimes just tapping away won't do it any good. It sometimes needs a good little brush. So now we're on the other nail, we're going to do the exact same nail art designs, but this time we're going to, of course, do the sweater nail on the top of the nail. So same process, we're going to outline the 2 colors, then the 2 lines separating where we're going to do our sweater nail look, and then we're going to do the little design. So I'll probably let you guys watch this bit, and I'll come back when this nail is all nice and done. Alright, so I'm just going to tap it off, and I also did this nail off camera. I could not for the love of me do it straight, so I had to just do it off camera, I'm afraid. But I did use the Glitter Bells Unbelievable Gels to do that one, and that cures tack free on top of the nail, which is exactly why I wanted to use it, as we had a matte background. So now it's time for those sweater nails again. But of course, I found that those little gaps that we had there were a bit too bare, so I wanted to do some snowflakes. So for this nail, we're going to do a fairly big chunky snowflake right at the top. I love how this snowflake came out. They were so easy to do. This one, it was super easy, and I feel like it came out so cute. I love it. I love it so much. So here you want all of the kind of like branches from the center of the snowflake to be the same length. Sometimes you want to do 4 super long and then the other 4 to be slightly shorter, the ones in between, but this one here is all going to be the same. Then from the center, you kind of want to do little triangles where they connect in the middle between the 2 lines that you've already created. So you want to repeat that across the whole nail, which is going to start creating a really cool effect. And then once you're happy with those, you're going to add some additional lines right at the top of those branches. I'm going to call those branches. And that is essentially the snowflake done. And I feel like it's so simple, so easy. As long as you've got a fairly steady hand. Even there, my hand was shaking so much and I managed to somewhat do straight lines. Somewhat do it, make it look alright. So there's that bit done. Now it's those extra little lines. There we are. That's all you need to do. Just whack those on and that's your snowflake done. So I will cure that, but I'm not sure if I first cured it, but if I didn't, I did also want to add some little dots, because once again this nail was still too bare. There's never enough for me, so I added some dots just randomly around that snowflake on that the bit where we don't have the sweater look, and I'm using a dotting tool to do that. So I'm just going to sprinkle on some little dots, which you will see in a second, and you're going to repeat this exact same process on the other nail too. Of course, with the other nail we have so much less kind of surface to do a snowflake, so I kind of did a very little one, which is not as cute as this big one. You can't really see the nice detail in there, but it's still kind of following that same vibe. So I'm gonna cure this, and with the Glitter Bells Unbelievable Gels, you want to cure this for 60 seconds. Make sure you do, they're super pigmented, and that's kind of what we gotta do. So I did the other nail off camera, and now it's time for our crystal placement, which is the last bit. So today, like I said, it's super easy, it's a fairly short video, nothing too crazy. I'm just kind of outlining where I want to put my crystals, and with the crystals I'm not the way I just flick that rhinestone glue gel. Anyways, so I'm not using any crazy crystals, I'm just using the standard AB crystals, and I'm kind of trying to pick out the largest one in the center, and then the further away I'm getting, the smaller crystals I'm using. So I've got a mixture of AB crystals here. If you had your crystals nicely labeled and segregated by size, this would probably be a bit more easier for you, but mine are a bit more combined, so that's kind of how they came. I know some people like to actually have it combined, so they might actually mix them. I don't mind either. I do have one that's combined because that's just how it came, and then I've got a bunch of little boxes of just actual by size, but you know, depends what I'm feeling that day. So I'm just gonna cure that in place. I'm also going to add some caviar beads in between, and here are the final results. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and in case you haven't joined or entered the giveaway, I will make sure to have that linked in the description too, so make sure you go ahead and enter the giveaway, because I've got a bunch of glitters and a few stickers to give away, so make sure you don't miss out, and hopefully I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!